Hello and welcome back to Road Trivia, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is day number 304 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Today's quiz comes from Oklahoma. Ernie and Ellen have sent in 2 quizzes. We already played one of theirs, and I saved this one for today. You might notice a certain theme with all of the questions. It is a random knowledge trivia quiz, but within the categories you may recognize a recurring theme. Good luck! Question number 1. Every night, the narrator of this poem dreams of Annabel Lee, and every night he lies down by her side in her tomb by the sea. What is the name of this American author who died shortly before his poem Annabel Lee was published? The answer is Edgar Allan Poe. Question number 2, often performed in the manner of banging on the walls or moving the furniture. What is the term that comes from the German language for noisy ghost? For the specific type of specter that makes their presence known by making loud noises or disturbances. From the German language, the term we're looking for is a poltergeist. Question number 3. Rather than active ghosts trying to communicate with the living, this is more like visible recordings that repeat the same actions over and over and are often found on battlefields. What is the 2-word term for the idea that the environment can store recordings made by living beings? You've probably seen this occur in movies, but the term is pretty specific. The answer is place memory. Question number 4. First published in 1959, what is the name of the American author who wrote The Haunting of Hill House, which was made into a popular movie, and who also wrote several other novels and was a prolific writer of short stories as well? Looking for that author. The Haunting of Hill House. Who wrote it? The answer is Shirley Jackson. Question number 5. What is the name of the English author from Cornwall who wrote The House on the Strand, Rebecca, and the short ghost story The Escort, about the ghost of Admiral Horatio Nelson? So we're looking for the name of the English author. The answer is Daphne du Maurier. Question number 6. The Old Nurse's Story was written by Elizabeth Gaskell and published in 1852 in the popular magazine Household Words. What is the name of the very famous English author who was the editor and part owner of Household Words? The answer is Charles Dickens. Question number 7. In this atypical spook story, the ghost is being terrorized by the family he is trying to haunt instead of the other way around. Who wrote the 1887 short story The Canterville Ghost that was recently made into a 2023 animated movie starring Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie? Apparently it's been made into movies before. There have been 6 movies and 1 TV show about the Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde is the answer. Question number 8. This author's first name was William, but he used his middle name and last name professionally. Who is this English novelist and playwright whose most famous novel is probably 1859's The Woman in White? The answer is Wilkie Collins. His name was William Wilkie Collins. Question number 9. This versatile English writer usually concentrated on detective stories, but he occasionally delved into the supernatural, including participating in seances. The Silver Mirror is a short story set during the reign of Mary Queen of Scots and is one of what author's most popular ghost stories? The answer is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Question number 10. In this story, the would-be hero is constantly competing with Abraham von Brunt for the attention of Katrina van Tassel. What is the name of the author who wrote this story, set in 1790 in the countryside around the former Dutch settlement of Tarrytown? Couple of big characters there. Katrina van Tassel and Abraham van Brunt, who goes by Brom Bones. The answer is Washington Irving. That is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Question number 11. In a lot of stories, ghosts are often considered the caretakers of the afterlife, sticking around to take care of specific things or people. In the 1995 movie Casper, what are the 2 words that keep ghosts from crossing over to the other side? The thing that keeps ghosts from crossing over is their unfinished business. Question number 12. In fiction and mythology, they are often portrayed as a ghostly or paranormal phenomenon and usually seen as a harbinger of bad luck, literally meaning double walker. What is the name of a ghost that appears as an unrelated look-alike? If you see someone who looks just like you but is not related to you, that is probably your doppelganger. And bad luck ensues. Question number 13. This female spirit appears in lament to announce the forthcoming death of a family member. What is the name for this supernatural being in Irish folklore who is said to foretell death with a mournful wail? Another harbinger of bad luck. This time it is the Banshee. Question number 14. In the 1930s, the Crescent Hotel was used as an experimental cancer hospital. Dr. Norman Baker, claiming to be a real physician, examined cancer patients in the basement while charging unsuspecting families their life savings. Ghosts of the doctor and his patients haunt this building in what U.S. city? Supposedly one of the most haunted places in America, this is the hotel in Eureka Springs. Question number 15. Opening for business in August of 1934, it was a federal maximum security prison, considered all but escape-proof. Al Capone is reported to be the most famous ghost residing in what American prison turned museum? The prison we're looking for is Alcatraz. Question 16. Once the residence of a famous American novelist and now heavily occupied by six-toed cats, this Key West villa reportedly has a famous resident ghost. Who is this writer that actually probably doesn't haunt 907 Whitehead Street because he actually died at his home in Idaho and not in Key West? Still, they'll do anything for a good ghost story. The answer is Ernest Hemingway. Question number 17. This poet, born in Portland, Maine, wrote the poem Haunted Houses, which begins, "All houses where men have lived and died are haunted houses. Through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide. That poem is called Haunted Houses, and it was written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Question number 18. What is the name of the Austrian-American author and parapsychologist who wrote more than 120 books on the supernatural and occult subjects and hosted the popular television show Ghost Hunter? His name is Hans Holzer. Question number 19. By far the most frequently reported sighting in the White House over the years has been this ghost. Grace Coolidge, wife of President Calvin Coolidge, was the first person to say that she had actually seen the ghost of which former president? The answer is Abraham Lincoln. And question 20. In the 1940s, at his home, Roanoke in Oxford, Mississippi, which famous American author told ghost stories to local children that were eventually compiled into the stories called The Ghosts of Roanoke? That author was William Faulkner. And that is it for today's quiz. Thank you again for watching. Sorry, if you're watching at the premiere, then you know that I got this one up late. I apologize about that. I work in the mornings and then I come home and do trivia. And today I did trivia, got it all ready to go. Ernie and Ellen sent in an excellent trivia quiz. And then when I tried to bring up my video editor, it needed a massive update and it just took forever. And I apologize. So I went down, ate some lunch, came back, finished up the quiz, and it's just getting up, let's see, about an hour late. So I apologize. It may happen again, but there's only like 60 days left of this year. So hopefully it doesn't happen again before we're done with the 365-day trivia road trip. Now, before we get to question 21, let me say again, thank you to Ernie and Ellen from Oklahoma for sending in today's quiz. They've sent in 2 now. I sent them their road trip kit. Hopefully everybody is happy with that is receiving the road trip kits. I know a lot of them should be getting received today and tomorrow. I sent about 11 out at the end of last week. So there should be a lot of people getting some road trip kits. I'm excited to hear your response if you liked them, or you can send me a picture of you holding them. I would be cool with that too. Let's get on to question 21, the tiebreaker. According to legend, this Lady of Raynham Hall is the ghost of Dorothy Walpole. Her husband had her imprisoned in the house until she died of smallpox. Her ghost has been photographed coming down the stairs. What color of dress is this ghost often seen wearing? This Lady of Raynham Hall is known as this Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. She's often seen wearing a brown dress. The answer is brown. The quiz has ended. Thank you for playing. Have a good, safe night tonight, and I will see you tomorrow for the start of the real holiday season. It'll be November 1st, my favorite time of year. See you then.